Pleasant day to everyone. We are now in the Module 6, Lesson 1. But before we proceed to our lesson proper, let's have a quick activity to freshen up our minds. This activity is entitled Find Me, but with a twist. This is a word search. You will be grouped into 3 groups. The first row will be the group 1, the second row will be the group 2, and the third row will be the group 3. You'll be given a set of jumbled letters and you will find the given words. First is you will brainstorm with your group to find the hidden words, which are some of scholarship grants, educational loans, or any form of educational assistance offered in our community. Second is your answers will only be acknowledged only if you find the secret word. This is the twist of this activity. Even if you already found all the given words but failed to find the secret word, your answers will still not be acknowledged. The first group who will finish first and find the secret word will receive the prize. Please refer to this set of letters. The words given are on the bottom part of the presentation. Remember that you are only given 5 minutes to find the secret words. Your time starts now. Okay, thank you so much, Group 2. You found the hidden words and you found the secret word, which is Mark Anthony. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Let us now proceed to our lesson proper. Our lesson for today is about Republic Act number 6728, also known as Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act. The Republic Act number 6728, also known as the Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act, was enacted during the administration of President Corazon P. Aquino. The primary purpose of this law is to provide government assistance to students and teachers in private education institutions. The law allocates funds to support various programs and initiatives aimed at enhancing the accessibility and quality of private education in the Philippines. Here are the key components of the law. First is tuition fee supplements in private secondary schools. This provision involves the allocation of funds to provide financial assistance in the form of tuition fee supplements to students enrolled in private secondary schools. The aim is to make private secondary education more affordable for students. The government allocates funds to provide tuition fee supplements to economically disadvantaged students attending a private secondary school. For instance, a student from a low-income family receives financial assistance to cover a significant portion of their tuition fees, making quality secondary education more accessible. Second is High School Textbook Assistance Fund. This law includes a fund dedicated to providing assistance for high school textbooks. This is intended to alleviate the financial burden on students by subsidizing the cost of essential educational materials. For example, Assistance Fund is utilized to provide free or subsidized textbooks to all students in a private high school. This ensures that students have the necessary learning materials without imposing additional financial burdens on their families. Next is the Educational Service Contracting Scheme, or the ESC. The ESC is a program that involves the government entering into contracts with private educational institutions. Through these contracts, the government subsidizes the tuition of students in private high schools, allowing them to receive quality education with reduced financial strain on their families. Under the ESC, the government enters into a contract with a private high school to subsidize the tuition of economically disadvantaged students. For example, the government might pay a portion of the tuition fees for students coming from marginalized communities, allowing them to enroll in the private school of their choice. Next is the Private Educational Student Financial Assistance, or the PESFA. PESFA is a financial assistance program directed towards students in private education institutions. It aims to support deserving students who may face financial difficulties in pursuing their education in private schools. PESFA provides financial assistance to a deserving student in a private college. This assistance covers not only tuition fees but also their educational expenses such as books, uniforms, and transportation, enabling the student to pursue higher education. Next is the scholarship grants to class valedictorians and salutatorians in secondary schools. The law provides scholarships grants to outstanding students who achieve the highest academic honors in their secondary schools, encouraging and rewarding academic excellence. A scholarship grant is awarded to the valedictorian of a private secondary school, covering their full tuition and providing additional financial support for academic materials. This recognition encourages academic excellence and helps the student pursue further studies. Next is tuition fee supplements to students in private colleges and universities. Similar to the provision for private secondary schools, this component involves providing tuition fee supplements to students enrolled in private colleges and universities. A student attending a private university receives a tuition fee supplement from the government. This supplement makes higher education more affordable, allowing the student to focus on their studies without the full financial burden of tuition. Next is the Educational Loan Fund. The law establishes an educational loan fund to provide financial assistance in the form of loans to students in private education institutions. This helps students cover their educational expenses with the flexibility of repaying the amount borrowed. A student in a private college applies for an educational loan from the fund established by the government. The low-interest loan covers tuition fees and other educational expenses, providing the student with the financial support needed to complete their degree. Last but not the least is the College Faculty Development Plan. This component focuses on the development of college faculty members by allocating funds for their training and professional growth. It aims to enhance the quality of education by investing in the continuous improvement of teaching staff in private colleges and universities. The College Faculty Development Plan allocates funds for a private college to organize workshops, training sessions, and conferences for its faculty members. This enables the faculty to enhance their teaching skills, stay updated on the latest educational trends, and contribute to the overall improvement of the institution. In summary, Republic Act No. 6728 is a comprehensive legislation designed to support both students and teachers in private education through various financial assistance programs and initiatives. Now let us proceed to the Republic Act No. 8545, also known as the Expanded Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act. It is a legislative amendment to Republic Act No. 6728, and it was enacted during the presidency of Fidel V. Ramos and introduces modifications to the existing law aiming to enhance the support provided to students and teachers in private education institutions. Here are the key provisions and improvements introduced by RA 8545. First is, the RA 8545 serves as an amendment to RA 6724, which was previously known as the Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act. The amendment refines and expands the scope of assistance provided under the original law. First is the establishment of a fund for subsidizing salaries of private school teachers. One significant change introduced by RA 8545 is the establishment of a fund dedicated to subsidizing the salaries of private school teachers. This recognizes the importance of supporting the educators in private institutions and aims to improve their compensation. A private school with dedicated and experienced teachers benefits from the fund established by RA 8545. the government subsidizes a portion of the salaries of these teachers, ensuring that they receive fair compensation for their hard work and dedication to providing quality education. Next is the criteria for assistance. The amended law likely improves the criteria for providing assistance to students and teachers in private education. This may include more specific guidelines and eligibility requirements to ensure that assistance is targeted towards those who need it the most. The improved criteria under RA 8545 consider not only academic performance but also socioeconomic factors. For instance, a student from an economically disadvantaged background with demonstrated academic potential becomes eligible for increased financial assistance, ensuring a more equitable distribution of aid. Next is the increase in tuition fee supplements. RA 8545 likely includes provisions for an increase in tuition fee supplements, building upon the financial assistance provided to students in private secondary schools and colleges or universities under the original law, RA 6728. For example, a student attending a private secondary school experiences an increase in the tuition fee supplements provided by the government under RA 8545. This allows the student who might have faced financial constraints to access quality education with a more substantial reduction in tuition cost. Next is the expansion of scholarship grants. The amended law expands scholarship grants, providing additional opportunities for deserving students to pursue their education in private schools. This expansion could include broader eligibility criteria or an increase in the number of scholarship slots. Under the expanded scholarship grants, a private college introduces new categories of scholarships. For example, scholarships may now be available for students excelling in sports, arts, or community service, broadening the opportunities for a diverse range of talented individuals. Next is the extension of assistance to private school teachers through in-service training. RA 8545 may extend assistance to private school teachers through in-service training programs. This recognizes the importance of continuous professional development for educators and aims to enhance the quality of education in private institutions. A private school takes advantage of the extended assistance for in-service training under RA 8545. The school organizes professional development workshops and training programs for its teachers, enhancing their teaching skills and keeping them updated with the latest educational methodologies. Last but not the least will be introduction of teacher subsidy funds. The amendment likely introduces teacher subsidy funds which could be directed towards various forms of support for private school teachers. This may include funds for professional development, classroom resources, or other aspects that contribute to the improvement of teaching in private schools. A private school utilizes the teacher subsidy funds to provide additional resources to its teaching staff. For instance, the funds might be used to purchase teaching materials, attend educational conferences, or invest in technology to enhance the overall quality of the institution. In summary, Republic Act No. 8545 builds upon the foundation laid by RA 6728 and introduces enhancements to the government assistance provided to students and teachers in private education. The amendments aim to address the evolving needs of the education sector and improve the overall quality of education in private institutions. That would be all. Thank you so much for listening, and you are now ready for the lesson 2.